Our featured violin today is the Louis Carpini G2 violin outfit. Now, at Kennedy Violins, we offer two grades of Carpinis. There's the G3 and the G2. This is the G2. It's the highest level that we sell, and it is by far the most popular Carpini that we have. And I think the reason for that is because, not only are Carpinis renowned for having great sound and great playability for the money. They have a dark sound. It's even a little bit sweet, which is something you don't normally see in a violin in this price category. It's a big sound. It projects. It's very easy to play. It's very even throughout the registers. But the G2s also are more beautiful, and people like to have a violin that is as beautiful as it sounds, and the G2s are just a great combination of those two elements. Now, the maple is probably the most obvious part of the G2s that's separated from the G3. It's got a lot more flame on the back, which people, violin connoisseurs, they like to have this flame. It's not a typical grain pattern that you find in maple, so you have to go through a lot of wood before you get the flame in there, and that's kind of a standard for beautiful instruments. The spruce is even more select, even more tight grain, so that does improve the total capabilities of the instrument. So I'll talk a little bit about some of the generalities of the Carpinis really quick. The spruce, the top of the violin, as I mentioned, is solid carved spruce. The sides, solid carved maple. Same with the back, solid carved maple. And the woods are not just any solid carved spruce and maple. They are grown specifically for violins in the higher climates and the colder elevations. And most importantly, the wood is stored and cured properly. So I think the Carpinis, the minimum years that they generally store it at are 6 or 7 years, and it's naturally dried instead of kiln dried, which is really important for the stability over the life of the instrument. The finishes that we have at Kennedy Violins, all the violins have an oil or a spirit-based finish or a combination of both. We don't have any lacquer-based finished violins. Sometimes you see violins in this price category that have the lacquer finishes, especially on the internet. That's something you really want to avoid. It's those finishes that are really shiny and kind of perfect looking, and it makes the violins almost look like toys. But that's furniture finish, and it's the factories like it because it's they spray it on as fast, it's cheap, but it's not good for acoustical device. So you want a violin that has a standard finish that violin makers have been using for hundreds of years, which is an oil or spirit-based finish, and that's what we have on all the instruments here. Hi guys, this is Joel Kennedy with Kennedy Violins. Today's featured video is on the Antonio Giuliani Primo violin outfit. Now this is the second violin in the Giuliani lineup, and I'd say most people who are purchasing this violin, they're probably not beginners. They've probably been playing for a couple years, and perhaps as many as several years. Kind of depends on your experience level. I'll just talk about some of the features here really quickly. The back and sides are solid carved maple. The top is also solid carved spruce. The fittings, meaning the chin rest, the fingerboard, and the pegs, are 100% ebony, which is not only beautiful to look at, but it's also great for durability. Okay, the tailpiece here has got 4 built-in fine tuners, which is going to make the violin super easy to tune. And if you're a beginner, or maybe you're just not somebody who's super comfortable with tuning your violin, this tailpiece is going to help out a lot. You also get a set of genuine D'Addario Prelude strings. They're made in America. They're great strings. They're known worldwide as just being great strings. Okay, so now let me talk really quickly about a couple premium features of the violin. Now you may have noticed already, but this is a beautiful instrument. This is a fully hand-rubbed oil finish. That's going to not only look beautiful, but it's going to help the violin resonate so it sounds great. The bridge, as I've alluded to before to some extent, is not only custom fitted for your violin, but this is a genuine French Aubert bridge. Now the Aubert bridges are known worldwide for being some of the highest quality bridges that you can get. It's extremely dense wood, so it's not only really durable, it'll hold its shape, but it's also going to transmit the vibrations to the instrument really, really well because it's so hard. Okay, so now just talk a little bit about the rest of the outfit here. Now the Primo outfit comes complete with a fully oblong, fully suspension wood case. Okay, so this is a very durable case. You've got a flap here, weather, basically protect the case opening from the weather. And it also serves as kind of an extra security feature so your case doesn't fly open. The zippers here on the front of the case, you get 2 zippers, and they're genuine YKK zippers, again for durability. And you know, most of the stitching on this case has got double stitching. You've got double screwed mount points and whatnot, so the case is built to be super durable. You also get a lot of storage in this case. You can, you know, I'll just show you the pockets here really quick. You know, you've got a large pocket right here. You've got a little tiny pocket right here for your rosin. I think most people probably put the rosins or mutes are in there or something. You got another very large pocket right here. And you also got a whole pocket here. This entire top of your case is a pocket where you can put your music in it. So you don't have to carry your music bag or anything. You can just go ahead and put everything in the top of this case, you know, to protect against the elements. Now you also, of course, get a genuine wood bow. Now having a wood bow is important. It's going to help with the bounce characteristics of the bow, but it's also going to help with your sound. It's got real horsehair on it, which means that it's going to be easier to put the rosin on, and it's going to retain the rosin better. You get a Parisian eye with real mother of pearl. You also get real ebony frog here, which is also great for durability. So the bow is beautiful and it works great. And the case even has you know, provisions for 4 bows. You know, the whole outfit even comes with a variety of accessories. So really, when you put it all together, the entire outfit has pretty much everything that you need. So whether you're beginning your violin journey or you've been working on it for a while, the Giuliani Primo outfit is going to have everything that you need to really make violin, you know, even practicing, fun. So.
Smartphone. Hold the body of the violin firmly in your lap with your left or right hand, leaving your other hand free to turn the tuning pegs. You can tension the strings of your violin or tune them using the pegs for larger adjustments, and if your violin has them, the fine tuners on the tailpiece for smaller adjustments. Before you begin to tune the strings, it's best to slacken them all off. This is to avoid over-tensioning them and breaking a string. With the violin in an upright position facing you, turn the pegs away from you to tighten the string and towards you to loosen the string. When you're tightening the strings, you may need to push the peg inwards towards the peg hole as you turn the peg. This is to make sure the peg grips so that it won't slip back when you have the violin string tuned. When you begin tuning, start with the A string. And that is this peg here. Put simply, you're trying to match the sound produced by your A string on your violin with the sound produced by your source, for example the A440 tuning fork. make only very small turns of the peg, plucking the string as you turn. Change hands and carry out the same procedure on the D string, using the tuner and the visual display to guide you. Then proceed to the G string. Change hands so you can tune the E string. This is the thinnest string and is easily broken, so tune very carefully using only small turns of the peg. Sometimes tuning one string puts another string out of tune, so constantly recheck and use the fine tuners to make small adjustments.